What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another episode of AJ Porter Golf. So today we are recapping my trip to Arizona. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who has been liking, subscribing, commenting. If you're new here, please drop a like and comment down below. That helps me to do more things like this. So ultimately, as you guys know, the goal of this channel is to play golf at the highest level and sort of document that journey along the way. This was my first trip, actually trying to play competitive golf in the middle of my off season away from my home state of Missouri. Went down to play a tournament in Arizona. There was a really big learning curve, in all honesty. But there was also a really big learning curve in terms of learning how to film a vlog. So unfortunately for you guys, it's just going to be a lot of me talking about what I learned. Hopefully I have some really nice insight for you in terms of what I learned. But moving forward, I think I'll continue to get a little bit better to be able to kind of show you guys visually a little bit better on, what these trips and tournaments look like. I just quite honestly didn't shoot enough footage. So hand up, that's on me. I didn't really know what I need. I have a really cool one coming out with Dawson soon that will, be able to kind of hopefully show you a little bit better. So what did I learn from this tournament, right? So went down to Arizona, grass is different, ball flies a little further in the middle of my off season. So there was a lot to be learned. Honestly, outside of the tournament, I played very, very well. Inside of the tournament, I didn't play very well. Shot 79-82, I believe. Outside of the tournament, I believe I shot 73, 68, 70. Obviously easier golf courses, but the game doesn't change that much. And it's okay, I sat down with my mental coach. It's where's the disconnect here? And I think that breaks me into point number one that I feel like I learned, which is I need to work on the skill of acceptance. So accepting all potential outcomes before the shot. So I think I sort of have this tendency to really have this internal locus of control where I'm trying to control every single possible outcome. I'm trying to help the face, stuff that I just wouldn't do in a regular event, but yet I'm continuing to do it in a tournament. And so it's okay, if you're not going to do something like this in a regular round, why are you doing it in a tournament? And Gareth had a really great quote, which is, if you're brave enough to open yourself up to all sort of possibilities and accept those things, you still have a future ahead of you in golf. But if you don't, you've kind of reached the end of where you're going to go, because you're just going to keep doing this over and over. And that was something that was really impactful and really stuck with me, because it's okay, this really feels like sort of an inflection point for me, this tournament, because I got down there and I was playing some really pretty good golf, and then I get in the event and I'm just so overwhelmed and I'm stressed, and it just feels like the task is way too big. And it's all right, why is that? So then we also sat down and yes, I do need some fairly significant improvement in my short game, which is coming, by the way. It's been improving a lot. Shout out to Pat Miller as well, or excuse me, Pat Martin as well. Pat took me in and drove me around all over Arizona when we were down there, and also helped me a lot with my short game and stuff. So it's coming. But it's also coming in terms of having a little bit of a better plan. I was trying to practice so much from 40 to say 75 yards, whereas I kind of sat down with Gareth and Mikkel and we were all right, it doesn't make much sense to practice sort of these in-between shots if the PGA Tour players aren't really playing to that distance. So I have some really exciting stuff coming there. I'm going to start doing some combines and posting those up on Instagram and TikTok and sort of those pieces. But so that's another element, right? So point number one is acceptance. Point number two is we need to improve the short game. Point number three is I gotta have fun, man. I had an amazing time, obviously being able to spend some time with James and Chris, my two friends down there, playing the event, playing a lot of golf, hanging out with Pat, meeting a lot of people there. I had an amazing time. I got to go to the waste management. I feel like I learned so much from just watching those guys. But the thing that was the most shocking is there were so many bad shots at the waste management, so many bad shots that even for me, I'm man, that is just an awful shot. But the way that they recovered, the way that they had their short game and backed it up, it's just basically revitalized me and given me a sort of a new appreciation for what I feel I need to be doing moving forward with my golf game. So have some really exciting stuff coming. Unfortunately, don't have tournament footage aside from a couple quick videos that will be overlapping here at the end. But one of the things that will be good for like US Open qualifying, US Amateur qualifying, a lot of the metropolitan events, all those things, I do have someone contracted out to come and film me, so they'll be able to get every shot. But for right now, unfortunately, I won't have those. But as this channel continues to grow and we continue to move forward, I hope that we can do those. So really just a really good learning experience for me, this tournament. Obviously disappointed to not make the cut and to miss it by quite a bit, but it's a cut that feels like if I showed up with my practice round game, yeah, that's a cut that I can make. So the physical skill is there. So now it's going to be sitting down with my coach and then also away from the golf course and putting in that mental time and just continuing to work on playing to pictures and just trusting myself. Like, I've played so much golf. I know what I'm doing. Like, just flat out, you just got to trust yourself. So that's what's coming. I hope you all enjoy this type of video. Let me know if you like something like this in the comments. I know it's a little bit different from what I have been doing, but would love to interact with more of you if you leave comments and whatnot down below. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and leave any questions if you have them down below, or anything else that you would like to see down in the comments aside from we get tournaments and practice vlogs and travel vlogs and all those things coming up. So thanks for watching.